This is our clarion call, from women, for women, resonating loud and clear, coming over the sound waves to those who will hear. Rise in strength. It's a cry for the woman with no sense of self-worth, sold into slavery, exploited from birth. She's longing for someone to see her pain, to free her from this prison of shame, for someone to see that she's more than a commodity, to greet her with kindness, to treat her with dignity.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the girl afraid for her life. At the age of just 8, she's becoming a wife, forced into marriage with a man decades her senior, a man who'll mistreat her, abuse and demean her. She's longing for someone to hear her voice, to fight for her future, to give her a choice.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the woman passed up for promotion again and again, though she works with devotion. Met by pride and by prejudice when she's at work, she can't fight the strength of the old boys' network. She's longing for the time when that tide starts turning, bringing equal opportunity for progression and earnings.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the widow, condemned to poverty, stripped of her land, her rights, her security. As if it isn't enough to have lost a spouse, they seize her inheritance, her income, her house. She's longing for someone to hear her voice, to fight for her future, to give her a choice.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the suicidal teenager, destroyed and devastated by social media, crippled by comparison and drowning under the pressure, constantly trying to reach an unattainable standard of perfection. She looks into the mirror and despises her reflection. She's longing for someone to love and accept her, without having to be prettier, work harder, do better.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the women in war-torn land, tortured and brutalized. Pawns in the hands of extremists and terrorists, soldiers and statesmen, their blood-stained bodies lying strewn on the pavement. The innocent casualties of war crime atrocities, they are caught in the crossfire, used as collateral in a power-hungry game where their lives are expendable. They're longing for someone to stop this violence as the world looks on, complicit in silence.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the women denied their freedom, forbidden to follow the God they believe in, stripped of the right to choose their religion. The family home becomes like a prison. Ostracized and marginalized, they face daily persecution. And if they still won't renounce him, they risk execution. They're longing for someone to hear their voice, to fight for their future, to give them a choice.
Rise in strength. It's a cry for the nameless and faceless women and girls, trafficked to other parts of the world, trapped in an existence of misery and slavery. Just being alive is an act of true bravery. They're longing for someone to hear their voice, to fight for their future, to give them a choice. This is our clarion call, from women, for women, resonating loud and clear, coming over the sound waves to those who will hear.
Rise in strength.
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 Rise in strength.